The Office of Management and Budget official Daniel Werfel is to become the new acting head of the Internal Revenue Service. He's an alum of the George W. Bush administration. We'll have that and more right here, right now on the News Hub. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Simon Constable. With the details of this appointment, we got Damian Paletta. He's joining us now from Washington. Damian, thanks for being there. This has got to be like walking into a buzzsaw if you're Danny Werfel.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. He's really known as a behind-the-scenes guy. He's essentially the chief financial officer for the U.S. government right now in his role as comptroller. He's in charge of managing the money that goes in and out of the government and has a big role in the budget process. But it's going to be a real high-profile job for him, and we're going to see if he's up to the task. I mean, he's only 42 years old. He's essentially spent his whole career in the federal government, and now he's going to be thrust into this really tough situation where all eyes will be on him.
Yeah, all eyes in spades. All parties will be looking at it. Now, he also had a role in the George W. Bush administration. Is that part of why he's a good pick for the appointment, so he's not seen as partisan? Because there is worry that the IRS had become partisan.
Sure. I mean, it's actually kind of a gamble for the White House to put someone who's clearly a political figure in their White House into this job. But I think that, he does have a good relationship with a lot of Republicans who worked with him during the Bush administration, because he was part of the Bush administration's Office of Management and Budget in a lower level position then. And so, he has a reputation and a relationship with those guys. Maybe that'll help him. Maybe it won't. We'll have to see, because like you said, there's going to be a lot of people that are gunning for big changes at the IRS. And I don't think, appointing one person there is going to be enough to satisfy Republicans.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of questions to be answered, of course, about the whole situation in the IRS. Now, I understand he's agreed to take the appointment until September the 30th. Does that mean, or can we read anything into that? Does that mean he won't stay on after that? Does that mean he's definitely a transitional figure? Or is that just what he's agreed to so far?
That might have been a smart move by the White House, because they could always try to nominate him to a full term. But this way they can let Republicans know that they want to put someone else in the job. Maybe Republicans will try to work with them to find someone that both parties can agree to. But the White House can also say, if they like him there, that they'll try to keep him there as well. But I think, he's often a behind-the-scenes guy who knows the numbers, who works on government efficiency projects, and could probably come in and be seen as apolitical. But whether he can stay apolitical, that remains to be seen.
Okay, do you think we will see more people exiting the IRS regarding this scandal, and will he be coordinating that and having to sort of be the bad guy?
That's a great question. I imagine that we probably will see some more, whether it's in Washington or whether it's in Cincinnati. It's too hard to tell right now, but Republicans have made clear that there's a lot of heads that are going to have to roll here. And, the IRS is doing its own kind of internal audit of what exactly happened. But it seems like there's a lot of things that went wrong, and it's hard to imagine that just one person at the top is all that's going to leave.
I have the feeling we're going to be hearing a lot about this. I think it's going to come out in drips and drabs. It'll be very, very interesting. Thank you very much, Damian Paletta.
Sure.
Okay, and more on that on WSJ.com.